going to sound obvious to you, but like, you know, music compared to content creation, where you have an idea and most of the time it's out by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Now we're in this place where songs can take years.
Yeah.
I mean, for this new album, I remember you showing me the demos a year and a half before they were released to the public. So it's a totally different tempo, totally different craft. How was it for you initially just transitioning from one end to the other of the spectrum?
What's quite fortunate about the way that the music industry works to this day now is that there are many ways for me to be distracted with other things. So even if it's like, I can work on a piece of music and I kind of know in the back of my mind, well, this is going to take ages to go out. Minimum, you're looking at 3 months, minimum. You can capitalize on moments still in the same way that you can with content, but it is definitely a slower game, because the best moment of writing a piece of music is when you realize the idea. In my opinion, when you kind of have that moment of like a great lyric or a great part of an instrumental, and you go like, oh, that's amazing. People are gonna have to wait a year to hear that.
Yes.
And then by the time that it's been that year and other people are hearing it, you've listened to that piece of music and bastardized it in your head in a multitude of ways. And a lot of the kind of initial naive love you have for a piece of art is kind of lost in that great rigmarole of how do we market this? And so by the time it releases, sometimes it feels like the true love of the art is kind of like gone.
Have you ever lost faith in a track through that sort of bastardization process?
Yeah.
And upon its release gone, oh my God, this is...
Yeah,
I see. You know, seen it through other people's.
Yeah, I think there's been times where you kind of feel like a song's not going to make it anymore. I remember there was Plasticine. I wrote that one with Kieran Shuddle of Circa Waves. We were on like a little studio boat, and it just happened in one day.
Cool.
I realized I wanted.
That's awesome.
It was cool.
Yeah, come on.
I wanted the
studio boat.
Studio boat.
Fucking
It was
hell.
like a canal boat, like a little canal boat.
Really?
We wrote that song, and I couldn't believe that we wrote it because I wanted the cover to be a Plasticine dog. And then I remember I would listen to that day one demo all the time. I was loving it. And then by the time we made it, I was like, I'm sick of this song.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like everyone was just kind of, keep it on the album, don't cut it.
Yeah.
It was the one that could have been cut, I think, of the last ones that ended up making the album. And then it became kind of the most popular non-single, as it tends to do.
Have you ever had a moment sort of akin to Springsteen with Nebraska, where you've almost decided to publish the demo instead of a record?
What I will say about my demos, I really take my time with lyrics, which is quite at least from what I've heard when I've written with other people, is quite a rare thing. We'll spend sometimes up to a year and a half getting my lyrics to the place that I want them to be.